All right. Hello. How you doing? Is my camera in a good place? Perfect. Let's just wait a minute or two. Yay! For people to join. Hello, 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 my loves. Welcome. What's going on? It's kind of ronery over here. Shit's getting weird. Yeah, so we'll just wait another minute or two. Hi, neighbors! Yay! That makes me extra happy. Yoga with friends. I'm yogaing with me, yours truly. Cool. So let's just do another minute or two. I think I got all my things I need. I hope you guys are doing good. I love you just so much. How about a little extra bowl for you? Oh, it's so good. Okay. 'Tis time. I think a few more people might join us, but we will at least go to our mats now. Do some yoga. I'm going on a walk today. I think I've decided I'm going to walk to Oceanside. Fuck it. I'm out of here. All right. So, hi. Welcome. Let's do it. Beep, 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 beep. It's funny. I feel like in the studio I'm like kind of serious, but I'm not ever really serious. So, yay, we get to play a little bit since this is my own jam. So let's go ahead and just grab a seat on your mat. Naturally, the phone is going to message while we're doing this, but it's life is going, and although this quarantine is hard, I feel super blessed that I have a beautiful home and some family I get to be here with. For me right now, the most challenging part is like all the other life shit going on, just emotions and feelings and the things we deal with day to day outside of this obviously extreme situation that we're all dealing with. But as I was journaling last night and just kind of coming back to these yogic ideas and things that we learned through our practice, I just kept coming back, and I know this sounds really cliche, to this idea of like no mud, no lotus. And for me in my life, some of these darkest times, the most challenging times, have been the ones where I have been able to grow and learn the most. And so often when we enter into these times of struggle or of challenge, we resist them and we push them away. And so I invite you to really just embrace and receive and stay open and not fight, even that like action of resisting or fighting makes you tense. And so you just never know what could possibly become present if you stay open to whatever it is that's coming in these times. So again, even in our bodies, as we go through these breaths, even if thoughts come up about your physical form or how it should be looking, just let those go too, and just stay with yourself. As everything outside of us is swirling and churning, we do have control of us, and on the inside, how we choose to experience what it is that's happening to us. So with that thought in mind of just connecting to ourselves and staying present, and just staying open, I invite you to close down your eyes. And again, just let your awareness come directly to this experience. Bring your mind to rest in your feet and your legs and everything on the root side of your body that's connected to the earth. And maybe even for a moment, visualize your legs becoming roots that keep you grounded and strong and connected in these challenging times. And once you feel a strong rootedness through this bottom part of your body, invite in a lightness that runs through your abdomen, through your chest, almost like you're bobbing or just floating in water, gently propped here as your muscular structures hold you up. And just expand out, maybe the way vapor floats into the sky. And just be that vapor for a minute or two. Beginning to bring your awareness now to your breath, your prana, your life force. Breathe in through your nose and send that breath directly deep down into your belly. And fill your belly. Maybe even put your hands on your belly and feel your belly move forward as you breathe air in. And then feel your belly contract as you breathe air out. Let that navel squeeze towards the spine and release any stuck air or energy at the bottom of that breath. And now breathe into the belly as it fills, and then also those lungs, letting the air expand you forward to the sides and back through the lungs. We breathe three-dimensionally. And letting your awareness flow through the breath in your nose, soften through your lungs. The navel will draw towards your spine once again. Pausing at the bottom of this breath in the stillness. And then breathing in through your belly, through your lungs, through your chest. And releasing the breath again through the chest, through the lungs, through the belly. Letting these breaths enter and exit you almost with their own force, like you are not so much doing the breathing, but being breathed in and out in this very intentional kind of way. And now gently lift your hands to your heart center. And bring to your heart this intention again of maybe just letting go of control, of letting go of everything outside of ourselves. And when we return our awareness to ourselves, to these divine beings that we are, we enter into a place of really sweet power. Knowing that as things come and go, we are centered and balanced and all is well. If you'd like to join me in sending this intention of fluidity, of open-minded and heartedness in these challenging times out to the greatest and highest good for all, we'll breathe in through our nose. Again, just taking a moment to bow your chin to your chest, to remember that a yoga practice is a personal practice. This is your time to experience your body and yourself however you would like. My words are just suggestions, and child's pose or any pose is available to you at any time. On the inhale, we'll lift our hands through heart center. We'll lift our gaze up towards the sky. And on the exhale, turn those palms away from one another, reaching wide through the shoulder blades, and then bring the fingertips to the ground. Bring the chin to the chest. And again, as you inhale, scoop up from the earth, scoop the palms wide, and let the gaze meet the palms above your head. And then turn the palms away from one another, moving slowly like you're in a molasses, letting the head come down as the arms come down. Just really gently opening up those shoulder blades and the back of the neck, and then linking your own breath to movement. Maybe closing down your eyes and just feeling these sensations in your body as the arms spread wide and move towards the earth. You soften and let go. Chin comes to the chest. And as you inhale, you scoop the palms, face them towards the sky. Lift and lengthen through the side bodies, through the front of the throat. just staying with these breaths, linking breath to movement. Again, if your eyes are open, I invite you to shut them down and just go within and see how you feel today. See where you're holding on to things. See where you can invite in some space and where you can let go of tension. Next time your palms are at the ground, hold here, letting the back of the neck open. And then bring the hands to the knees. And just start circling out your spine. So on the inhale, bring the shoulders forward. And then on the exhale, round your back out, working into that mid-back and that lower back. Again, if you opened your eyes to look at the screen, once you feel confident that you can find this movement in your own body, shut back down those eyes and just feel the energetic flow of what happens as you lean back into space and as you move your heart forward. Do you feel an openness? Do you feel a softening? Just moving with your own inhales and exhales, staying with yourself, anchored in the breath and the movement. And next time you're forward, just pause here, feeling an opening through those hip joints, and then release your body again in the opposite direction. Circling out, unwinding the hips, the shoulders, really lubricating all the vertebrae of that spine. And really harnessing your life force, your prana, as you breathe in. And breathe out with intention. Slowly coming back to center and propping yourself up into a neutral spine. We'll invite a gentle twist here. So inhale, the arms wide, up again. Gaze comes to the fingertips, and then right arm comes forward, left arm goes back. If you want to deepen the twist, you can bring the right hand to the outside of that left knee. Growing tall from the crown on the inhales, and gently inviting your gaze beyond that shoulder on the exhale. Staying with breaths here as we hold this pose. On the next inhale, lift a teeny tiny bit, lengthening through the crown. And on the exhale, just bring yourself back into a neutral spine. And again, we'll inhale the arms up above our head. And exhale, gently twist ourselves out in the opposite direction. Left hand can come to the right knee. Right fingertips are placed behind your glutes. And then you let that gaze with working breaths slowly turn towards that right shoulder. Just releasing any stuck energies through your spinal column. Once again, on your inhale, grow tall from your crown. And as you exhale, untwist yourself. Again, coming back to a neutral spine. Coming into a tabletop / child's pose. I have a flow I really like that I think warms up the whole body, but is still gentle. So here, just check it out up here. First, I'll show you what we're going to do. So we'll start in child's pose. And on the inhales, we'll lift all the way up into a cat pose. On the exhales, maybe adjust your hands a little bit. You'll just come all the way down, hugging the elbows to the sides, and come onto your belly. On the inhale, you'll gently lift into a cobra pose, pushing the tops of the feet and the pelvis in the ground. And then on the exhale again, you'll release all the way down into prone on your belly. Oops, stumble in the way. On the inhale, you'll engage the core, engage the arms, lift all the way back up through a cat pose. And on the exhale, you'll sink your way back into child's pose, really lengthening out those side bodies, softening into the hips. So go ahead and find your way into child's pose, where we'll all start. Let's just soften into child's pose for a breath or two. So finding that length through the side bodies. Letting the knees be wide, finding a softness through your belly. Imagine somebody gently pressing on your lower back and just softening the space through the pelvic. Soften your shoulders. And then begin the movements. On the inhale, lift up, moving slowly with intention into a cat pose. Exhale, just begin to bring yourself back down towards the earth using the strength of your arms to come onto your belly. Again, the inhale will lift, lengthening through the crown, through the spine. Using the strength of your arms, exhale, release your body towards the earth. Inhale, engage the core, elbows track back using the strength of your arms. Really find maximum extension through that spine as you come through a cat pose. And exhale, sink back into Utthita Balasana, extended child's pose. And now do this movement with your own breath, letting the inhales lift and lengthen, and the exhales soften. Just find your own flow. Find what works good in your body. And again, you can shut down your eyes here. And just really let your arms be engaged, your pelvis, your legs. Just gently encouraging movements through parts of your body that maybe you haven't greeted today or in a week. If the mind is active, just bring it back to the breath. Let go of what you think this experience should be and really just invite in an opening to what it is. What does it feel like to breathe into parts of your body maybe you haven't greeted in a while? Whatever flow you're on, finish that one out and do one more. And we'll all meet each other back in child's pose. From child's pose, walk your hands off to the right side of the mat. Again, inviting a gentle C-curve in your spine. Left hand comes above the right hand. Left elbow can come towards the ground. Head can soften. Again, just working with the length of the side bodies and the softening of the back body. And then walking the hands through center, coming off to the left side. Again, length from fingertips to sit bones as you soften the throat and the neck and your feet towards the earth. Walk the hands back through center. Come back onto all fours. Finding a little bit more gentle movement here. Just inhale the right fingertips long and the left leg, creating length from fingertips to toes. And then just exhale, all fours, back to the ground. Inhale, lift here, left arm, right toes, finding length, core is engaged. And as you exhale, just soften your way back to the earth. And again, inviting in length, maybe closing your eyes down again, reaching from fingertips to toes as you inhale, and softening back to the earth as you exhale. Just gently lifting and lengthening, inviting in nourishing breaths and releasing, cleansing, softening breaths. One more to each side here. Staying with the movements, articulating the shoulders and the hips. And then returning all parts of the body back to the ground. We'll find a little lunge twist next. So just inhale the right leg up and long and just open up those hips. Circle around the hips, the toes, the ankles. And then as you exhale, bring that foot through your hands. We'll do a low lunge twist here. So wiggle the toes out to make sure your ankle's in front of that knee. We want to protect our knee joints. Let your left hand plant to the ground. And then inhale the right arm up, reaching those fingertips towards the sky, finding length from the hand on the ground to the hand in the sky, and also length from the bottom of your spine to the top of the crown. Exhale, gently return that hand back to the ground. Shine your heart a little bit just to work into that hip flexor. And then slide your foot back, coming into a tabletop. Inhaling the left leg long behind you. And then exhaling, just gently bringing that foot through. And this might be really intense on your hip flexor, and that's okay. Just soften around intentionally with your mind. All the places where you feel the friction, unshrug the shoulders if you can. Make sure the ankle's in front of the knee. Let the right hand plant. Inhale the left arm. Maybe the gaze lifts up to meet those fingertips. Draw your awareness to the shoulder blades. Are they crunching, or can you lift and lighten? Come back to your breath here. Inhales, lift through the fingertips. Exhale, return your hands to the ground. Slide your foot back into tabletop. From here, we'll lift up into a downward dog. So tuck those toes, find your way into a cow pose, and then lift up into the downward dog. And maybe this is your first downward dog of the day, so just take your time to walk out the legs left and right. I love to drop my hips left and right. Pedal out your feet. Bend your knees as much as you need to get that spine long. And then slowly begin to settle in to your expression of downward dog. And one foot at a time, just let those feet walk towards your hands, shifting the weight from the back to the front. And then slowly let your vertebrae stack on up, one at a time, until we meet in Tadasana at the top of our mats. Gently bend the knees and let the arms come wide and let the gaze come up above. And then bring the hands through the heart center. Again, lift the hands up. We'll do a little chair flow next. So just have a seat into the chair pose and gently let the fingers come down as your booty comes down. Weight is in your heels, heart is shining. Arms come back behind you. Inhale, lifting and lengthening. Soften any muscles you're clinging as you lift up, float up like a cloud, like a vapor. And then as you sit down, engage the arms, engage the core, engage the fingertips. As you get grounded, connected, rooted, pelvis is engaged, core is engaged. And then as you lift, just lighten, float away. Let go of any tension. Let the gaze come up towards the fingertips. Then one more time, we'll sit. Everything is engaged, shoulders, back, glutes. And then when we get down here into the bottom with the fingertips behind us, heart shining, soften all that engagement, yet hold the pose. We do this in our minds, in our bodies, and in our lives. Maybe shut down your eyes and just scan something you're clinging to that you can release. Blink open your eyes. Inhale, lift up one more time. Come on up to your tippy toes. And then bring your hands again through heart center. A standing twist is next. So turn your body towards the left side of the room, keeping your hands at the heart center, keeping your two pelvises. We only have one pelvis. Keeping your pelvis pointed forward. Let the twist come from the spine. And then let the left arm open towards the back of the room. Let the right arm open towards the front of the room. And then the left arm comes down towards that left thigh. As the right fingers lift up, the gaze lifts up, open up through the whole front of your body. Lifting with the fingertips on the inhales and softening those shoulders away from the ears on the exhale. Engage the core, come back into that twist. Bring the right hand and left hand back to the heart. And come on back to a neutral spine. Finding a baby flow here. Bend the knees, lift the gaze, lift the arms. forward fold, all the way down. Inhale into a flat back, bring the hands to the shins, spine is long, and exhale, fold onto yourself. Inhale, bend the knees, arms come wide, lifting up, hands through heart center. And now we'll turn ourselves to the right side. So again, pelvis is neutral, hips are pointing forward. Turn towards the right side, letting that twist come from your spine. Letting the gaze move over your right shoulder. Inhale, the right arm open and back. Left arm moves out. And then as you stand in this twist, imagine someone has tiny strings on either fingertip and they're pulling the shoulder blades away from one another. They're lifting your crown towards the ceiling. Right arm comes towards right thigh. Left fingers come up. Left gaze comes up. Tiny back bend. Lengthening through the whole front of the body. Inhale here. Exhale, engage the core. Come back into the twist. Slowly bring the right hand to the heart center. Bring the left hand to the heart center. Come back into a neutral spine. Bend the knees. Inhale, the arms wide. Lift the gaze. Exhale, forward fold. Come down to the earth. And then hang out in a forward fold. Let the hands come to the ground. And then bend your knees as much as you need to. Lift the right foot and put the palm so it touches the bottom of your sweet little foot. So your ankle, so your toes are almost squeezing at your ankles. Lift the other foot and then bend forward. And as you bend forward, feel the energy of your head moving towards the earth as your hips lift away from the earth. And stay with your breath. Let the inhales run through the back of your legs, gently creating length and lifting. And let the exhales soften your head towards your body, towards the earth. Let the neck muscles go. Using working breaths here, finding the balance between the front and backs of your feet. And then one foot at a time, gently release the right hand and shake it out. Gently release the left hand and shake it out. And then just heel toe your feet a little bit wider than your hands. Coming into a squat, getting back down to the ground. This might feel very intense for you, so let the ground support you right here. If it does feel good, you can bring your booty all the way down. You can lift your heart, bring your hands to heart center, push those knees open. Find that balance wherever you're at between effort and ease. Bring the hands back to the ground. Bring your hands behind you and have a seat. Let the right leg come in. Let the left leg go long. Janusha. We'll do a few different variations of this pose next. So inhale the arms wide. And then exhale, fold your torso directly over that extended leg. Let the hands balance one another. Make sure the elbows are balanced. And again, with working breaths, just lengthen from your crown. And exhale and soften over that extended leg. And then release any muscles you're clinging as you fold. You don't need your leg muscles. You don't need your jaw. You just need your breath. As long as you're breathing, there's life. And where there's life, there's hope. Walk the hands back towards the body, engage your core, and find a neutral spine. Move the left leg just a little bit out to the left. Retuck that right foot in the thigh, and then turn your torso so your left shoulder is moving down towards your left leg, and the right shoulder is open. So we're not trying to forward fold here. We're really trying to find a lateral bend and nourish the spine in that way. So maybe you let the hand come up over. If that doesn't feel good, the hand can come to the heart center, or even externally rotate and find your lower back. But just know we're moving sideways here, opening up the side body, not so much the back body. Play with your gaze. Maybe it wants to look down or look up. And then just close your eyes and come back to your breath. Release the arm if it's come to the back side. Bring your hand to the ground in front of you. Unhook this hand wherever it was under the leg, and once again lift up into a neutral spine. Now slide this foot, the right leg, out a little bit and take a bend in the left knee. Do a gate variation pose, so pushing in through the right knee and the left foot. We'll lift those hips off the ground, swing the arm back up over our head, variation of Paringasana, gate pose. Soften through the hips, soften through your arms, and then gently release the hips back to the ground. Bring your legs out in front of you and just shake out your legs. And then gather the left leg in, left foot tucks into the right thigh. Inhale the arms wide and exhale, forward fold over that extended leg. Forward folds are very calming and nourishing. They gently help with digestion, compressing all those internal organs. This help releases sciatica in your lower back. So many things happening just by gently folding into ourselves. If your mind has gone somewhere else, come back to the breath. Feel the air enter your body and intentionally draw it towards the places where you are feeling friction. And as you release the breath, intentionally let go of clinging in those body parts. And see the way your body and mind come together in a softening. Engage your core. Gently walk your hands back towards your body. Find that neutral spine. Bring the right leg a little bit out. Left foot tucks in. Torso turns towards the bent leg. Moving sideways. Right elbow comes inside of the right leg and left arm comes up and over. Again, imagining we're creating length through the side body. Like you're pulling one of those scrunchy straws up. That's what we're doing. And then just gently soften with gravity. Breathing into the shoulders, the lower back, the side back, the hips. And then wherever that hand is, lift it back up. Left hand comes in front of the body. Walk your way into a neutral spine. Scoot the left leg out a little. Take a bend in that right knee. Left hand comes behind you and then lift the right arm up over your head, extending through the hip flexors. Hand comes behind you. Long line from fingertips to toes. And then soften your way back to a comfortable seated position. Rolling onto your back, engaging that core. We'll just do a reclined Garudasana. So bring the right leg over, and you can wrap your feet all the way around if that feels good, or just squeeze the legs together, and then lift the arms towards the sky, and let the left elbow tuck above the right elbow, and again, the backs of the palms can come together, or you can squeeze everything all the way around. Inhale, lengthen your body. And exhale, just one time, squeeze tightly through the midline, opening the back body, just squeezing everything. And then exhale here, release the arms wide into cactus arms. We'll find a spinal twist here. And exhale the legs over the left side of the body. You can readjust the hips. If this is very, very intense for you and not something you can settle into, you can always unwrap the legs. But if you like it, keep them twisted and just use some working breaths to gently let your body melt into the earth. And from here, unwrap those legs. Engage your core, lift your knees up through center, Bring your toes to the sky, bring your fingertips towards the sky, and just gently shake everything out. Shake, 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 shake. Give it a good shake, give it a fast shake. Just keep shaking. Move that stuck energy, move your body, move your mind. Imagine anything you don't need or want in your body dripping through your fingers, your toes, through the back of the body, into the earth. Keep shaking, keep shaking, keep shaking, and then pause. And feel this embodied awareness from the bottoms of your feet to your belly button, to your nose. And then bend your knees. Bring the right leg over the left. Left leg over the right. Right arm over the left. Wrap your body up into reclined Gardasana. Reach long, opening through the back body. And then as you exhale, squeeze everything together. Really, 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 really tight. Squeeze that midline. Exhale, feet come to the ground. Arms gently open. Legs drop. Now to the right side. Finding the spinal twist on the right side. And again, just like the other side, if this is too intense on the hips, you can always, always, always unwrap the legs and find whatever version of a spinal twist nourishes your body to the point where you can soften and relax. Come out of this twist, unwind your legs, engage your core, lift your knees up through center. Give yourself a big hug. There's so much going on right now and tons of things you could do to occupy your time when you came to your mat today. So just lovingly squeeze your own self for choosing to better and nourish you, body, mind, and spirit. And then gently let go of your legs. Bring the toes long. It's time for Shavasana. So your toes point out, your heels come in. Your shoulders are gently tucked below your back. And when we come into Shavasana, let's just practice a conscious letting go. Let's start with our toes. Start with the bottoms of our feet, the tops of our feet. And imagine all this flesh and bones just releasing from itself. Inviting your awareness to run through your calves and your shins, your knees, your quads. Your hamstrings are no longer the parts of your body as they melt away into the ground below you. Letting your awareness gently surround your hips, your internal organs, and all these parts release from what they are and absorb into the ground. Your mind runs through your heart that pumps you blood, your lungs that breathe you air, your spine that gives you form, and you invite a letting go of a tangible hold on these things. Your awareness runs through your collarbones, through your shoulder blades, through your biceps, triceps, forearms, and fingertips. And here you invite a release of everything physical. Your throat gently opens. Your tongue is soft in your mouth. The eyebrows melt away towards one another. All your muscles release from your bones. Your brain slowly becomes the ground below you. And when you are in this space, you are free. Something comes, also let that something go. You have nowhere to go. You have nothing to do. You are connected to the vast expanse matrix of all that is, was, and will be. And when it is time for you to return, I will come for you. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to the room, back to your body as it exists, with your flesh and your bones and your cells. Slowly let your mind begin to occupy your face and your fingers and your toes, and draw breath in slowly through the nose and feel the gentle movement your breath creates in your body. Begin now to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe begin to wake up your neck by turning your head side to side, just infusing your physical form with movement, one sweet part at a time. Taking a bend in your knees, roll on over to your right or left side. Whatever side is most comfortable to you, and enter into seedling pose. A pose that represents new growth, rebirth, and reminds you that however you choose to live and thrive and grow in this world is completely up to you. Keeping your eyes closed or gently open, use the strength of your arms to return yourself to a comfortable seated position, and lift your hands to your heart center, a place where you return to you and the divine power that you have simply by existing and being, and the unity that you can feel to yourself and others through the connection of breath. Inviting in a peace through these elements, we will send these intentions out to the greatest and highest good for all. If you'd like to join me by chanting Om, breathing in through your nose. The light in me sees, loves, and honors the beautiful light in all of you. Thank you again for sharing your time and your practice with me today. Namaste. Thank you, my loves. It is always an honor to get to spend these moments together. Now go hug your families. Tell the people that you love them, and I hope you guys have a really, really beautiful day.